What's a great way to get some exercise and spend time with George Washington and Teddy Roosevelt? Go end to end on the Mount Vernon Trail, of course. Beginning at George Washington's estate of Mount Vernon and ending at Teddy Roosevelt Island, the Mount Vernon Trail is a great place to stay in shape and enjoy some nature, as long as you ignore all the cars. In this series, I will take you on a short stretch of the overall route from a neighborhood in Arlington, Virginia, to a place called Gravelly Point, a park where people gather to watch the planes take off from Ronald Reagan Airport. We will begin outside the Crystal City metro station, and as we hike the trail, we will get great close-up views of one of America's busiest airports. Don't forget your granola bars. Hey guys, welcome back to Vigoroso DC, and today I want to take you on a walk along the Mount Vernon Trail. Now, the Mount Vernon Trail is a walking and biking trail that's roughly 20 miles long. It starts at Teddy Roosevelt Island in Washington, DC, and runs all the way down to the Mount Vernon estate, which of course was George Washington's home. And it's really natural and beautiful and scenic. And I am going to take you for a stretch of that. We will start at the Crystal City metro station and then finish up at a place called Gravelly Point. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we are outside the Crystal City metro station, and this is it right here. They've got some construction going on back there, but Crystal City is a neighborhood in Arlington, Virginia. And if you could see across the street, there are these big office buildings. All around, you have these office buildings, and that's pretty much why it's called Crystal City, because of the plate glass windows that you always see in big corporate buildings. And over here, this is kind of interesting. This is a mobile commuter store. So it's on wheels, and they've got their door open, but you can just walk up to this big bus, basically, and you can buy tickets for the subway, the bus, a couple different forms of trains. There's a Virginia rail, and there's also the MARC, which is a Maryland commuter rail. And even you can do stuff for the bike share system here. And all this stuff you could do right at this bus. And that's something you don't really see around too much, but they have it here at this station. But anyway, we are going to walk in that direction over there to where we will jump onto the Mount Vernon Trail. So here we are where we're going to jump onto the trail, and there's a sign, walking. Actually, this guy's running, isn't he? And biking, but we're gonna walk. Kind of a cute entrance here. Little Vietnamese place to give you some energy for the trail. There's still a cherry blossom display up, although the cherry blossom season just ended. And Mount Vernon Trail. And here we go. So what we are going to do is almost the entire trail is on the Virginia side. So Teddy Roosevelt Island is, even though it's an island in the middle of the Potomac River, the Potomac River itself counts as Washington, DC. So that part of the trail is in DC, but pretty much the rest of it is Virginia. And this is a pretty cool mural here leading the way in. It kind of reminds me of something you'd see at an aquarium. Like we're gonna go into some kind of a big tank where it's all glass everywhere. But that's not what this is. This is just a regular tunnel. And here it gets all natural. It's like we're not in the city anymore. We're out in nature somewhere. Yeah, you kind of get a bit of both here. You got, you can feel like you're out in nature, but there is that over there. And that right in the center of the frame, that is Reagan Airport. And that is the big air traffic control tower coming up right through the middle. So Washington, D.C. has 3 airports. One it shares with Baltimore. It's BWI, Baltimore Washington International. And the other one, really big one, is called Dulles. Not to be confused with Dallas, like in Texas. This one is Dulles. And that is really the major airport for the DC area. And then there's this one. This is the only one that is right in the middle of town. So technically it's in Arlington, Virginia, but it is right in the middle of everything. It is definitely way more convenient to get a flight into Reagan than the others in terms of getting into the city. But it is a much smaller airport, and there are less flights coming in because of that. But it is a very busy airport anyway.